$18,000 a month in reduced product waste, 20% higher production capacity, 38% lower variability, $50,000 a month in reduced outsourcing costs, 20% reduced cost per square yard of product, improved product quality, and a 4-month payback on capital expenditure. Those are the results Carriage Carpets is getting from the DeltaV automation system with fieldbus technology and embedded advanced control. The Dixie Group and its Carriage Carpet plants is North America's 4th largest carpet maker, primarily supplying to modular homes, recreational vehicles, and exposition centers. Carriage Carpets Colorworks Dye House in Calhoun, Georgia, typically produces 20 different carpet styles a day, each with different weight, color, width, and protective treatment. One of the plant's lines produces multicolor cut-loop pattern carpets on the nation's only remaining otting application process.
The otting is the manufacturer, and that equipment is not for sale anymore. And that equipment being old and is changing every day, and it's not repeating as well as it was repeating years ago. So that's why we're making changes to it with DeltaV. We're using fieldbus for most of the new installations because of the ease of it. Okay? When you're talking about connecting many devices, it's so simple just to go and run with one pair of wires all over the place and just plug the device and you know it's going to be shown on your screen. And that's very simple to do.
The initial project was with the carpet dyeing train.
The machine is set up by pressure. Okay? The operator has to manually adjust the machine to match a certain pressure that previously was assigned to that particular style. What I mean by a style is the weight of the carpet, the width, line speed, and many factors that tells you how much dye you're supposed to apply on that fiber. The color kitchen is where we mix the chemicals and the dyes for every dye lot. And we will see that sometimes you will use so many thousand liters, and the next time you run the same style, you will use more or less liquid. And that was telling us that something's wrong. And we went and got micromotions flow meters and implemented DeltaV, and now we're trying to take over and get away from measuring pressure to measure liters per minute and accurately apply the same amount of dye on the same carpet all the time. The variation we had before was up to 37%, 40% variation in the amount of liquid for the same piece of carpet. Okay. We're trying to take that down to 2%. Okay. And we think it's possible because the other line is doing it.
Carriage found that the reduced materials variability translated into savings of $200,000 a year. Uneven carpet color was a big cause of customer complaint and product waste.
Some of the things that cause you a color change is difference in temperature and difference in moisture. But the dryer was a big factor. The old controls that we had were controlling or monitoring one side of the dryer and executing a control for that side, and the other side would follow whatever this side was doing. We were able to monitor the dryer for a few months, and we found out that we had up to 140 degrees difference from side to side. So we split that and we say we want independent controls from side to side. With DeltaV, if we want to have the same temperature, we have it within 5 degrees. Okay, so we reduced that variation a lot. But talking to the operator, he said, you know, I kind of need to increase more temperature on one side than the other. So I said, okay. Came back to the office, and half an hour later, he had the fissure. And now he can split it up and make it run like that to give the final product the same moisture all across.
A problem related to changing carpet styles was controlling dryer set point values.
Every time we made a change, let's suppose I'm running at 250 degrees, and the next style coming in has to be run at 300. I made a 50 degree set point change. Sometimes it will be too slow, or sometimes to get it to go fast, it will overshoot and damage the product. So we decided to try fuzzy logic to get a better response from the system. And it did. It really solved the problem about overshooting. It goes fast to the new set point and it stays there. It reduced the variation of the temperature a lot. The day we decided to implement it, we made the changes, and in a couple of hours, we had it running. We made an 80 degree set point change. When we pressed the button for that to run, and I saw the temperature. I had my charts open. I saw the temperature going up. I had my finger on the manual button to stop it because I thought this thing is going to go up and burn the carpet. And for my surprise, it went, made the turn, and it stayed right there. I almost hugged this guy from Control Southern, but it was amazing to see the big difference there.
That tighter loop control, combined with other temperature control improvements, saved Carriage $18,000 a month in scrapped or reprocessed product. But the big benefits came in higher productivity.
The main savings are in production time. Okay, carpet that used to take so many minutes to run, now we can run it faster, and that's going to lower our cost per square yard. And we've seen a change on that. I can say that we have gained about 20%, and that 20% was gained by controlling the air inside, by changing the inside of the dryer, and by the flexible controls that we have now. Our average speed last year was maybe 65, 69 feet per minute. We are averaging over 80 right now. So some styles go up to 120, which is the limit for that line.
Faster line speed for higher capacity added up to pay off Carriage Carpets' capital expenditure in just 4 months. And that's not even counting production savings that haven't even been quantified yet.
We don't have the figures, but we know we're saving gas. And I can go back and see that the valves, they used to be 40% open, 60% open, and now I can go and look at the valves and they're 20% open or 30% open. So we're saving some gas.
And the benefits of better control at Carriage continue.
Another thing that we've seen is products that we couldn't run before on this line, they are being dyed today. Very heavy products that we used to send out to other dye houses because we couldn't manage the product. Now we can. We were paying, like $50,000 a month to send carpet out. Now we have the flexibility to do anything we want. Okay, basically, your imagination is the limit. One thing that we really like is we can go into DeltaV and make any kind of change very, very fast. And sometimes if we have a problem or we want to make a change online, we just try it right there, right then, and we don't have to wait for shutdowns and things like that. It's very easy to control and very easy to know what's going on.
Flexible, fast, easy. How easy?
The funny thing is I never worked in any controls before. When I came to this facility and we had the need to implement something like that, I understood the way controls worked and things like that. I knew what they were. But once I had to get into it, it only took a week of training from DeltaV, and that was it. And after that was just a matter of getting into it and implementing the changes. So it was very simple to do. So I got back from the training, and the same week I got the equipment. To do the configuration for line number 2, we did it on one Friday. And that was it. It was complete. We just needed to do it out on the floor. All that network cable, I pulled that myself. All the Ethernet and all the terminations, connections, and everything, I wanted to do that myself. The screens, I did them myself, 100%. And for all the expansions that we have had since then, 100% has been done in-house. And never did it before. And I can tell you, I mean, from not knowing how to do it to implementing the whole network, and we haven't seen a failure yet. I mean, we've been running this since August last year.
Easy and rock solid.
And some people said, many competitors. I had some other people quoting different controls and things like that. They said, you know, it's a Windows network, and watch it, and Windows is going to crash, and then your network and things like that. It's not reliable. I haven't seen an issue. It's going to be a year, not a single complaint.
And for the future at Carriage Carpets.
And we want to automate spray bars, we want to automate steamers, we want to automate some stain guard applicators, we want to automate wash boxes, and we have another plant that does latex application. And we've been looking into upgrading that to DeltaV as well as a dryer. And we have another plant, tafting. They like the fact that you can do data collection and things like that. We have implemented SAP, and we know DeltaV can talk to it. We have one application that is one of the projects right now where we have a bank of valves, and it's a lot of on-off. And basically we're going to automate the way we apply some topicals on the carpet. If I wanted to do that a regular way, I need to buy 2 or 3 discrete cards just to be able to handle that. And if I don't have the capacity, I would go fieldbus, and just one card, one wire go to that location, and we do all the things in there. The best experience with DeltaV is related to the ease. The biggest difference between the old controls and the new controls is the information that you have available for you. The results that we've seen with the installation is better quality on the product, okay? The ease for the operators and anybody to operate the equipment.
With those results and the rapid investment payback, Carriage Carpets is accelerating its automation update plans, not only in the ColorWorks plant, but across other facilities,